Alright, hello everybody and welcome to Stretch with me. My name is Jenna and we are going to now take the time just to first arrive into our bodies and then always move with intention. Please always move within your own limitations. If you got any back pain, knee pain, any issues in your body, you always want to take care of yourself, so always moving within your range of motion. And we're going to focus a lot on the back of the legs, so hamstrings, which are normally quite tight areas in our bodies. Also the glutes, hips, and then the lower back. So there are a couple of very good exercises for you, especially for the lower back, to start to release the tension away in your lower back, especially if you sit down a lot or just otherwise have some lower back issues. So let's get them started. Please find a seated, comfortable position. It can be here with crossed legs in front of you. However, if you don't feel good here because of your hips, you can always extend your legs in front of you or take the feet down onto the ground. That may be a little bit more comfortable because in this position you're able to lift your chest up a little bit more. So either here, or if you feel alright, crossing your legs in front of you. So we're going to start first with the shoulders, rolling your shoulders behind a couple of times and trying to really focus on making big circles. So I'm bringing my shoulders all the way to the front, up, then behind and down. So full circles with the shoulders. And we always want to roll now all the way behind, squeezing the shoulder blades together, trying to open up through the chest, keeping the spine nice and straight, lifting through the chest. Good, and then one more time, release your shoulders down or bring one ear towards the shoulder. I don't actually know how this video is going to be, if this is going to flip it around. Now when I say right, if it's actually going to be right for you or not, but just one side first. Anyway, we're going to do the other side just in a second. Now if you want to, you can drop your shoulder a little bit lower and even reaching your fingertips down to the ground so you can really get a stretch all the way on the side of the neck. Good, then bring your head back up and then drop your head over to the other side. Now relaxing the shoulders down, and if you want to intensify the stretch just a little bit more on the side of the neck, now pull the shoulder down and then reach your fingertips down on the side and hold here, letting your breath flow. One more breath, and then slowly bringing your head back up to the center. Start to round the whole back of your body, tucking your chin in, so taking your chin towards your chest and then pushing your chest all the way to the front. If you feel good in your neck, you can even look up and then round in again. Drop your head down, chin down, and then just gently lifting up through the chin, looking up to the sky. 3 more times, breathing out to round. Inhale to lift up through the chest. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift up. So we start to mobilize and to warm up the spine here a little bit. One more time. And then good. Come back to the center. Alright. So that was for the spinal warm up. Let's come down on the knees or a little higher up here. Now just make sure that you feel now comfortable staying on the knees. So if you need to, you can bring a pillow or a towel or fold your mat in half underneath the knees. So it's as comfortable for you as possible. So we are going to now take a step in front. Both of the knees should stay about 90 degrees. And we're going to now push the hips to the front to start to lengthen the front part of the hip, so the hip flexor area. So squeezing your glutes, pushing your hips to the front. You can also bring the hips a little bit lower down if you don't feel the stretch here. Then we're going to stay here holding and breathing for about 30 seconds or so. Breaths, really trying to think that you want to lengthen there in the front of the hips. Good. Then breathing in, we exhale to drop the hips. If that feels okay, slowly down. Now just make sure that you don't come here too far to the front. If you need to, move your foot a little further to the front, so that your knees more or less on top of your ankle. So you can stay either here, or if you feel good, if you have enough flexibility, there in the hip flexor coming down onto the ground. And you can take both of your fingertips or your hands down on the ground on the inside of your thigh. And then holding and breathing here again. Really breathing all the way against the front of the hip, but as we come a little lower down, we also get a little stretch for the quadricep, so for the front of the thigh. And breathe. Now, if you chose to stay higher up here, you can do the same from here. So starting to twist your chest now towards your knee. Doesn't matter which foot you have in front of you. I have my right foot in front, my right knee. So I start to twist my chest towards the right knee. So either here, if you're down on your hand, then leave one hand down to the ground and reach the other one up. So we are again twisting towards your front knee and holding here just for a couple of breaths. Push the ground away if you have your hand on the ground to really start to reach all the way up, creating length through the whole body, through the spine. And 2 more breaths. Breathing in, reaching all the way up. Exhale to twist. 1 more breath in, and then exhale. Bring your hand down onto the ground or on top of your thigh. We push ourselves a little higher up. Change the side. So let's go other side. Again, 90 degrees more or less in the knees, in the legs, and start to focus first, just pushing your hips to the front. So now when we stay higher up here, we only get the stretch for the front of the hip, for the hip flexor, focusing on that area, and then breathing. Your focus, calming down the breath. Now take 1 more breath. Start to lower your hips down if that feels okay for you. Either keeping your hands on your thigh or reaching down to the ground. Either fingertips or, if you can, hands onto the ground. And breathing here again. If you got some issues with the wrists, if that doesn't feel good to stay on top of the hands, you can always form a fist too. But it's also a good idea to try to put some weight onto the hands. Of course, always working within your pain limit. So if it's really painful, of course you don't have to do that. But a lot of times the muscles in the wrists are quite weak. So we strengthen them and we start to create a little bit more mobility, flexibility into the by just doing this kind of exercises by putting weight onto the hands. And then breathe a couple more times here. Good. We come back to the same twist here. So again, you can stay higher up, absolutely no problem. You can just twist a little bit your chest from here. You can place your hands on the outside to help you to twist a little bit. Or if you can, hand on the ground, reach up, twisting again your chest towards your front knee. And breathing. Breathing in to reach up. Exhale to drop your hips down as much as you can. Breathing in to reach, push the ground away. Exhale to relax the hips, hip flexors. And 2 more breaths. Good. Bring your hand back down and then push yourself slowly back up. Nice. So that was for the hip flexors. And we are now coming down onto our mats. So sit down. Give a little shake for the legs first. Extend your legs. Shake it off. And then we're coming again into twist and stretch the glutes a little bit here. So again, I don't know if this video is going to flip this around, but you want to put now one foot next to the other thigh, and then now the knee in front of you. You want to again twist your chest towards the knee. So this would be away from the knee, and I want to twist towards my knee so that I can wrap my arm around the knee and to bring the other hand or fingertips down to the ground behind me. So twisting, rotating through the spine, but at the same time we feel a little stretch in the glute. If you don't feel a stretch in the glute, what you can do is to bend your bottom leg, but just make sure that you push your hips down again onto the ground. So if this is impossible for you, then keep your leg extended in front of you and hold and breathe here again. Now a lot of times we tension the leg, especially on the ground, so try to relax your extended leg, both of the glutes. You want to lift up through the chest, but at the same time let the shoulders fall down. And for the last couple of breaths, now you can use your arm to gently lift your chest a little bit higher up. So we place the elbow or your upper arm, whatever you can, place it on top of the thigh to gently press down to lift the chest up. And take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in. Really lengthening through the whole spine. Exhale to twist maybe a little bit further. Breathing in, breathing out to surrender into the twist. 1 more breath in, and then with an exhale we slowly release. Come back in the middle. Good. Other side then. So now again, 1 foot comes down onto the ground next to the thigh. Keep either your leg extended on the ground or bend it. And then let's see, how are the glutes on this side? So wrap your arm around your thigh, around your leg, lift your chest up and bring your hand down behind you. They're actually only your fingertips, so we don't want to lean behind here. Pushing the ground away. You can imagine that somebody's lifting, like pulling you up from the ground of your head. So we stay nice and straight. And breathing here again, letting the breath flow up and down through your spine. Try to relax the glutes. Relax your leg on the ground. And the last 3 breaths. If that feels okay, extend your arm on top of your thigh. Lift your chest a little higher up. And then Good. Release yourself out from the twist again. Nice. Extend your legs again in front of you to give a little shake. So hamstrings, as mentioned already, the back of the legs can be quite tight. So be very gentle here with yourself. You can always bend your knees here. So it's actually better to bend the knees than push the knees down to the ground, especially if you don't have that much flexibility in the back of the legs. So feel free now to bend your knees. And we want to come down with the idea that we bring our chest down towards the knees. So that's why also your knees, when the knees are bent, that will help you because your knees are higher up and it's easier to bring your chest down towards the knees. So just taking a breath in here, lift your chest first up. And then exhale, you can start to release down, and no, it doesn't matter how low can you come. Just finding a stretch for your hamstrings, going to the point where you can start to feel the stretch, where you can start to feel the pull in the back of the legs. And then breathing here. So really trying to focus on the inhales, but especially on the exhales. So the exhales are now your best friend because they let you relax, they allow your whole body to let go a little bit more if you focus on them. So breathing in, breathing out, seeing how much can you let go. You can also relax your upper body, your shoulders, head. Take 3 more breaths, breathing in, breathing out to release. Good, and then slowly starting to roll yourself back up. Nice. Shake the legs again. As already mentioned, give yourself time, please, here with the hamstrings, with the back of the legs. A lot of times we need time to start to let go of the tension. So come back maybe to this session, so you will start to notice the difference. But we are actually coming down onto the back of the body. So lay yourself down, and now take your feet nice and close to your body. You can place your head all the way down, arms by the side of the body. Just relax your shoulders here first, relax your lower back. And from here we slowly start to lift the hips up. So first gently push your lower back, now down towards the ground. From there slowly starting to lift your hips up, all the way up to the shoulders, squeezing your glutes. And then slowly start to roll down through your spine to bring your middle and then the lower back and then your hips down onto the ground. Relax your lower back here first again, so you can let there a little gap in between the mat and your lower back. And then we start to push again the lower back down towards the ground. From there, lifting the hips up first, then the middle of the back, and all the way up as high it feels good, squeezing the glutes, and slowly rolling down again through the spine, one vertebrae after another, bringing the hips, lower back hips down to the ground. Relax. We do 2 more times like this, very nice and slowly controlled. So now this is the first exercise for the lower back, especially if you got any tension there in the lower back. Now trying to focus on the way down to gently push the lower back down to the ground, then releasing the pressure and going 1 more time. And as I already mentioned in the beginning, if something doesn't feel good, you don't have to do that. You can always skip an exercise or just do it a little bit smaller. into one more glute stretch. So here on the ground, take one foot to the opposite, on top of the opposite thigh, knee stays on the side. And now please, if you have tight hips, you can stay here. If you can, grab behind your thigh, but if you cannot let go of your upper body, so if you cannot relax your head down onto the ground, then that is your sign to bring your foot down and stay here. Maybe just pushing your knee away from your body to get that stretch in the glutes. So this is your first option, or then second option, grab it behind the thigh to get the stretch, to get the little pull there in the glutes. And try to relax here as much as you can. Breathe in, breathe out to relax the glutes, the hips, your shoulders. So even though we are gently pulling the legs towards the chest, we want to relax the shoulders, neck area, and only focus on that stretch in that glute. Couple of breaths with the exhale, really with the side exhaling out, trying to let go. One more deep breath in, exhale to release. Okay, so we're keeping the legs where they are, just let go of your grip and start to bring your foot on top, down to the side, so you will know which side to go. Your foot comes down onto the ground, like this. Now don't let your knee fall down, try to keep your knee lifted up, facing to the sky, and then if that feels okay, push your knee or your thigh away with one hand. Now this is your second exercise, second stretch or release for the lower back. So this is very good for the hips, but for the lower back especially, to start to relax, start to let go of the tension in your lower back area. So enjoying here the twist and breathing. Try to see if you can relax the leg, the knee, the thigh that you're pushing away. Breath here. Good. You slowly bring everything back to the side, to the back to the middle, and then change other side. So first, coming into the glute stretch, choose your option. Either stay here, foot on the ground, maybe pushing your knee here or your thigh away, or then grab behind your thigh, letting both of the legs relax, both of the glutes, both of the shoulders, and coming back to your breath here. Also, if this is too uncomfortable, if you feel like your hips are high up here, you cannot really relax your hips down, That's another sign to just start first here, to open up the hips, to stretch the glutes a little bit more before you start to reach and grab behind the thigh, because we want to be able to relax the hips here. Maybe not completely, but as much as possible. So focusing on the relaxation. If you feel like it's okay to start to pull the legs a little closer to your chest, then you can do that. But again, don't force yourself into anything that doesn't feel good. Your body knows where to go and where you need a little bit more time to stretch before you can go into some stretches and poses. But that's alright, taking the time that you need. Take 2 more breaths, breathing in, breathe out to relax. 1 more breath, and then good. We come back into the twist here on this side too, so let go of your grip and start to bring now your foot again down to the side, all the way down if you can. Push your knee away to get that nice twist, that nice release in the lower back area. Relax your shoulders again, focusing on your breath. Feeling the breath in and out in your chest. One more breath. Good, slowly start to bring everything back to the center. Release your legs and pull your knees in towards your chest. If that feels okay in the lower back, start to make small circles with the knees. So we massage the lower back, releasing the tension away from the lower back 1 more time. Change the direction. Good. And one last stretch here for the inner thighs. Pull your knees this time to the sides, opening through the inner thighs. You can hold on top of the knees, letting your arms be relaxed. And now you can either stay here, or if you want to extend your legs to the sides, you can either gently, maybe if that feels okay, push your legs down towards the ground, or if you feel like you cannot take any more pressure there, any more pull, you can also support your legs from underneath. And if this doesn't feel good at all, then just bend your knees, come back to the first option, and we hold here for about 20 more seconds. One more breath. In and out, start to bend your knees, pull them together, one more time, maybe this time swinging from side to side first, and then circling the knees. The other way around. Roll over onto one side so you can start to push the ground away and come into seated position, what we started. So we're going to finish here our session here today. So I can find a comfortable position, either feet in front or crossed legs. Roll your shoulders behind. Stretch, breathing in to reach up, exhale to lean over to the side. Hand can be on the ground, or if after a couple of breaths, if after a while you feel okay, if you're ready to start to come down all the way onto your elbows, then you can do that, but just make sure that both of your hips are still on the ground. If you don't want to lift the hips up, keeping them nice and grounded, reaching to the side. Breathe 3 more times. With the next inhale, come back up to the center, other side, breathing to reach. Exhale, lean over to the other side. Maybe first just a hand on the ground. Try to open up through your chest, feeling the nice stretch on the side of the body. Pull the hips down to the ground. If you feel okay and ready, lowering down. If not, stay on top of your hand. 3 more breaths. Let me inhale to lift ourselves back up, nice and slowly. Good. Just check in with yourself. How do you feel now? You can move a little bit side to side, moving the spine. And then roll the shoulders behind. 1 more time. And then good. Release down. Take a breath in to reach your arms up, palms together. And then exhale to completely let go. But don't hit yourself too hard. Okay? Breathing, reach up, and then exhale to let go. 1 more time. Breathing in, reaching, and letting go. Good. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you feel a little bit better in the hip area, in the hamstrings. If not, come back please again and stay tuned for the next one. So I'm about to release many videos, many stretching classes, mobility training classes for you, hopefully to start to release all the tensions away in your body. So thank you again for joining. My name is Jenna, and I'm going to see you again.